I think it's the most important election of our lifetime. This is no ordinary election. The other side wants to take away your freedom of speech. They want to take away your right to bear arms. They want to take away your right to vote effectively. You've got 14 states now that don't require voter ID. California, where I used to live, is just passed a law banning voter ID for voting. I still can't believe that's real.
Elon Musk just exposed the left's agenda, especially when it comes to votes and how to win these elections illegally, in his recent rally where he spoke with Donald Trump publicly at the site where Donald Trump almost got assassinated 3 months ago. It was an amazing thing, amazing platform for Elon to bring up. And here's what he's talking about. In the 2020 election, these swing states, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada as well, but really these close states, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, they decided the election, okay? And since that election, we have had tons and tons, millions and millions of illegal migrants cross the southern border and come in. And we've had states, now 14 total, not require voter ID in order to vote, And we have California now, like Elon said, making it illegal to require voter ID. And why does this matter? Well, we're going to get into some things about what J.D. Vance shares on this, but we're going to look at some numbers. Because this is the increase in unauthorized migrant populations in these important swing states since 2021, since Joe Biden lifted those border mandates and allowed people to flood into the country. And we're going to see just how small of a margin these swing states were in 2020. And now, when you add in these additional illegal migrants, if they're allowed to vote, how they could literally swing the balance or overcome that small margin in which certain swing states were won by the Democrats in 2020. Georgia, for instance, has 45,000 more migrants since 2021. That's a 400% increase from what they previously had. North Carolina, 32,000. Pennsylvania, 25,000. If you guys look at a football stadium, okay? Imagine a huge football stadium packed. That can be like 50,000, 30,000 people. That's how many illegal, unauthorized migrants are in these states. Some as small as 10,000 in Wisconsin. Now let's go to some of the closer races in 2020, okay? Arizona Biden won by about 10,500 votes. 10,500 votes, okay? Arizona, since 2021, has 24,000 more migrants now. Since that election, 24,000. That is 14,000 more than is needed to win this election. Now, we don't know if those are all adults and they can all vote, but if there's going to be no ID, then really even the kids might be able to vote if they look of a certain age. So Arizona, if those migrants do vote, and if they vote blue, because Biden's allowed them to come in, that could overcome the difference from the 2020 election. Wisconsin was 20,000 difference where Biden won. And now it's only 10,000 more. Okay, we're looking good there. Thank God. Michigan was by a lot, 100 and something thousand. So we're okay on that one. But we remember Georgia was only a difference of about 12,000 votes. And now Georgia has 45,000 more migrants since 2021. And if you've watched some of the videos online, you can see many migrants get sent from different places like Arizona. They get sent from New York because there's no more places to live and stay. And a lot of them go to Georgia. A lot of them go to other states out west, but some to Georgia. And if these guys can vote in this election, they can swing that balance. Let's check Pennsylvania, where Donald Trump was just campaigning with Elon Musk. Thankfully, That one is about 80,000 votes, which could not make a difference from the 25,000. But if you do this over time, and that Pennsylvania number changes every election cycle where there's 25,000 more migrants, 25,000 more migrants, eventually, even a close race like this in 2020, those extra migrants vote blue, and it's game over. That's what Elon's talking about. And that is what J.D. Vance was talking about when he spoke at the CPAC conference earlier this year.
I didn't realize this until a few weeks ago. The immigration chaos, we talk about it all the time. We talk about the sex trafficking, these poor kids who are brought into this country by the cartels and sold into slavery. We, of course, talk about the fentanyl problem. The reason why we have a border crisis, it is by design. Biden is invading the country with people who he knows are going to vote disproportionately for Democrats. And this is an important point. Again, I didn't realize this until a few weeks ago. California has 5 more congressional representatives than it should. Do you know why? They count illegal aliens for purposes of assigning apportionment in Congress. So when these guys flood the country with millions of people who shouldn't be here, they destroy the voting power of citizens in our own republic. This is by design, and this is maybe the last very good chance we have to stop it in 2024.
It is something else.
So what he means is California has a certain amount of votes, seats they get in the House of Representatives based on population. If they count those illegals in their population, okay, they can then get more seats in Congress, have more voting power in Congress to pass certain laws, to veto certain bills, or not pass certain laws as well. So it's not only the presidential election that has an impact on these illegals coming in, but it's also the power in Congress and the power in the House of Representatives, because these big states like California over here can possibly get more seats in Congress if they count these illegals. So it's really, they're trying to take over the election both ways by allowing these illegals in the country through the southern border. But the other interesting fact right here, and you see the politics that's being played, is with this chart right here that I want to show you guys. Encounters with migrants at the U.S.-Mexico border peaked in December 2023 and have plummeted since then. So, since April 2020, they started going up, and then January 2021, when Biden took office, they skyrocketed. And for the next 2 full years, 3 years, all of 2021, all of 2022, all of 2023, there has been record high numbers of illegal crossings. Border crossings, they're called. Encounters, they're called. Illegals coming into the country from the southern border. And now, as we get closer to the election, the beginning of 2024, they've slowed down a bit. They've slowed down. And articles like this one will explain about how Joe Biden's team have passed certain things to decrease the amount of migrant encounters. If that's the case, and now they're starting to do little things to slow down the migrants crossing the border, it's only to save face before the election. So now they can say, the border crisis, we care about it. But as we know, they don't care. And it's a really dangerous thing that I'm glad Elon brought up at this rally. So people that might not be aware of this can at least have a greater understanding of what is going on and why so many border crossings are happening, why this election is so important, and why we all have to register to vote and actually vote in this election. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free to subscribe. It's itsSeanDaniel here. Like the video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video. If you do want to support me, feel free to hit a super thanks down there with a donation if you'd like, and I'll see you in the next video.